Okay, my fellow stroke survivors. On January 21st, 2018, approximately at 6 in the morning, uh, I wanted to get up and I tried. I went to the restroom. When I got back from the restroom, uh, I felt like I couldn't breathe. It was really weird. I felt this thing like I was having some kind of a heart attack, like I was losing my breath really bad. Then I tried to go back to sleep, and then all of a sudden I just couldn't breathe. I woke up all of a sudden. I told my wife, I think I'm having some kind of a heart attack. And she said, "Well, what are you going to do? What am I going to do?" And I said, you know what, give me an aspirin. So she got up and got me an aspirin. And all of a sudden I just got the phone and I dialed 911. And like a couple minutes later, because there's a fire station like a couple of blocks from where I used to live, and they came, they knocked on the door, and I tried to get up and I couldn't. I couldn't get up. I couldn't. I felt so weak in my right side. So my wife, I told her, get me over to the living room. And so my wife helped me to the living room, and she took me there. So that she let the firemen come in, and they took with my vitals. And a couple of minutes later, the paramedic came and he told me, like, "Oh, look, I'm gonna take your vitals. I'm gonna put an IV on you." And I said, "I'm having a heart attack." And he said, "What?" I said, "I'm having a heart attack." But he said, "I don't. Can you please talk some?" And I was in my mind, I was talking, but I wasn't. He couldn't understand what I was saying. And then he said, I think. So I went like this, and my heart. And he said, "Oh, you're having a heart attack?" "No, I don't think you're having a heart attack. I think you're having a stroke because your face is droopy." And I said, "What?" "Stick out your tongue." I said, I couldn't stick out with my tongue." I said, "I'm gonna take you to Loma Linda, Marietta, blah blah blah." So they put an IV, whatever. They took me to the ambulance. They rushed me. They rushed me to the hospital, and in like in 20 minutes, I was at the hospital. My stroke. I was having a stroke. So they sent me to some kind of machine, a CAT scan or something like that. I forgot what it's called. CAT scan, and then they saw the results like a couple of minutes later, and they told me you have a blood clot in your brain on your left side, behind somewhere. I don't know. I forgot what they said. It's somewhere that they wrote down. Anyways, a neurologist was talking to my cousin when she got there, and they said, "I think you're in time to put TPA. It's a drug that unclogs or gets rid of, dissolves any blood clot like right away within a 24-hour period. Do you want it?" I said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, go right." I was just nodding my head, yeah. And they said, "We're going to give it to you, but there's a risk. One in out of every 10 patients that takes it, one of them can have an aneurysm because it's a real powerful drug." So I said, "I don't care, just go right ahead." In my mind, I was talking, but they couldn't understand what I was saying. But I was just nodding my head, and they put it on me. And next day, I just started feeling a little bit dizzy and everything, but I never lost consciousness when I had the stroke. I couldn't even sleep. I didn't sleep that whole day, that whole night, until the next day. They came inside and said, "Can you move your hand?" I couldn't move my hand, my foot. They started poking my foot and my forearm and my tricep and bicep, whatever, my shoulder, and it was hurting. And I said, "No, it's hurting." And then I felt that I could talk, so I talked. But they said, "Stick out your tongue." And I stick out my tongue, and I did, but it was that crooked. Anyways, so I'd stay in the hospital approximately 31 days. They gave me insulin the first couple of days. They told me what I had. I had a ischemic stroke. My cholesterol was over 400. My blood pressure the day that I had the stroke was 190 over 120. It was really crazy. I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. And they told me I had diabetes. My A1C that day, or my blood level, was approximately 8.9. And it took me approximately, they were giving me insulin for approximately 2 weeks. The second week, they transferred me over from Loma Linda Marietta Hospital in California to the main campus in Loma Linda, California hospital. But when I was in the intensive care unit, they were going to start giving me physical therapy. And I got out of the ICU on the third day. They transferred me to a regular room. My cousins were visiting me, my mom, my brother, my sister. I want to think of my cousins that came, and my brothers, sisters. My friend Eric came once to visit me. I'm glad he did. I was talking to my friends, my friend Oscar from Texas, and Nina. It was a really scary situation having a stroke. But the most scary thing is that I thought I was going to be okay in a couple of weeks, but I wasn't. And I was discharged. I was given physical therapy in the hospital and occupational therapy. Because I was paralyzed. I was scared because I couldn't go to the bathroom by myself. I couldn't shower by myself. I couldn't do anything. I was afraid I wasn't going to drive ever. I was really scared. Really, really scared. But now it's 3 years later to the day when I suffered that huge, major stroke. And I'm glad, with the help of my cousins, especially my cousin Horacio, even though he's a meanie sometimes, he has always been pushing me. And because of him, I'm walking and going upstairs and lifting things up. Even though it's a mini, but he's a good person. He's my cousin. He's my first cousin, and I love him. Also, my cousin Javier and my cousin Lillian. She has always been there for me. My aunt Luz, my son Joshua, and my granddaughter was born 2 days before my stroke. She's 3 now. She's really nuts and running around, and I love her. She is one of the reasons that I wanted to recover the way I have recovered. And I want to all you people that the way I recovered was just doing exercise and eating well. I used to weigh 245 plus pounds of pure Mexican fat food, pozoles and menudos. When I was in the hospital in Loma Linda, there was this doctor called Murray Brandstatter, and he told me, you can reverse diabetes by just eating right. You can always eat right. You can eat healthy foods. You can leave a lot of stuff. He told me, don't drink soda ever. And it's been 3 years since I haven't drank no sodas at all. No sugary orange juices, nothing. I cut down in most, let's say, 90% of burgers and all the fatty food, Mexican food, menudo, pozole, beer, which I miss sometimes, but I'd rather miss it and then go back to the hospital. I want to show everybody that we can recover after a stroke if we put our minds, our will, uh, our strength. If we fall, we have to get back up again. And if we fall again, then again. But never give up. I After I was released from the hospital, a couple of months later, I started driving because I wanted to drive. I love to drive. It took me 9 months to get like more movement in my hand. I can close my fingers. I can drive. I can even drive stick shift now, which a lot of people are saying, "Why? That is really weird. You had a stroke. You're gonna crash. You're gonna crash." And if I crash, it's my fault. But what I want to tell you guys is that we can do anything that we used to do. Maybe slowly, maybe super slow like a little turtle, but anything can be accomplished if we put our minds to it. If we do it, if we want to do it, we never give up. Like I said, I miss a lot of the good foods, but I won't eat them. I ate a lot of veggies, a lot of fiber. I lost 80 pounds. I reversed my diabetes. My last A1C blood test was 5.3, so in 3 months I'm not going to have any more metformin. If I keep it up, my cholesterol is 49 out of 150, which is the normal. I've been keeping up the weight at 165, 160 something pounds average since the end of 2018. There's this, I saw this poster that says I should be dead when, I forgot what it says. I forget things. That's the only bad thing. I have a bad memory from yesterday, from a couple of days, but I remember a lot of things from the past, like easy. I have the worst memory. You know, I'm glad. I wish I could be an inspiration to anybody that had a stroke or a heart attack or cancer, that anything can be accomplished by never giving up, trying and trying again. I really, really am glad that I'm getting teary right here, but anyways, emotional. I used to be a meanie. I'm taking Prozac now. Yeah, I'm taking vitamin D. I don't know what for. I'm out of iron because I had anemia because I was eating so unhealthy. So not unhealthy, but not eating at all. Maybe eating once or twice a day and doing a lot of exercise. And I was burning calories more than I was making them up. So I had anemia, but now it's gone. And I want to keep it up. I made my own YouTube channel to help people that things can accomplish. I did make a video about some disabled, about a disabled space that a truck driver was parking there, and I got mad. But I think nobody that is not disabled be parking in disabled spaces. I will really fight for our rights as disabled persons. I am disabled. I have to admit I am a disabled person. If I don't admit it, I have to admit about what I am, because I'm not strong like I used to be. I have a lot of I can take things much more. I'm not afraid of anything anymore. Uh, I love all you guys, all the people in my life. I just want to make sure that all of our stroke survivors, all the heart survivors, cancer survivors learn. They see an example of me. Maybe I'm a meanie sometimes, maybe I'm not. But I want to show them that anything can be accomplished. I'm alive when I should have been dead. I'm glad I'm alive. And I gotta live day by day. And I'm not gonna ever give up. Because the only thing that I need is to run. That's all I need. And lift heavy things over my head with my affected arm. But I did it. I can close my hand, count my fingers, lift up my arm all the way up. Okay, people. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And live on always. Always live. Don't ever give up and always try. And if you fall once, get up again. And if you fall twice, get up again 5 times. And don't ever let nothing or nobody doubt you. Just be sure of yourself, even though if it's something that you think you cannot accomplish. Maybe you might not in your mind, but if you try and you try, you will accomplish it, no matter what, no matter how long it takes. It can be done. Goodbye, everybody.